Our last offering of the afternoon is Smetana's dedication to his people. I cannot remember for the life of me if he considered himself to be Czech or Moravian. I'm going to go with Czech. So this is because it's a country on my mother's side of the family. The Austro-Hungarian Empire encapsulated almost like a quarter of Europe. And it was all those countries that became Eastern Bloc countries, and Austria, and even parts of Poland and whatnot. Anyway, there were nationalistic movements going on in the 19th century. And one of the ways you could do that very smoothly was to write a piece about something that was important to your corner of it. And that was a sneaky way of saying we really want our independence. And so this is his ode to the river Vltava, which the Germans called Moldau, which starts out in the mountains as two little streams, trickles in, and then in our journey here, you hear the theme of the river first, then we come across a peasant dance. You'll hear that quite clearly. And then it calms down, and then you hear the sort of nymphs or river goddesses cavorting in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. And it's this very shady kind of Wagnerian, sweet little spot. And then as we approach Prague and the Vyšehrad Castle, it gets grand again, and we hear the theme again. So it's a little journey down the river, the Moldau.
by these lovely people. I didn't realize it was going to be Memorial Day weekend when we set this all up. And so we have a lot of ringers today from the Diablo Symphony, which I'm lucky enough to lead. And I really want to thank those folks, Joanna and Laura and Judy and Rob and Beth and my friend Hannah, who I or they're still around, and one of the most important people, Janice. Janice is the reason we started this. I read an article in the BBC Music magazine written by Smith, who was interviewed in that magazine. I don't know if you know this author. He's a lovely, lovely man, writes really sweet books. But he started a really terrible orchestra in Edinburgh some 30 years ago. And I read this and I think, oh my God, we need one of these here. Strings only. I only know how to do strings. And so I emailed him and he responded, which is amazing. And I said, you want a sister organization on the West Coast? And he said, certainly. And then he put me in touch with other really terrible orchestras that are already happening. And back in 2014, a whole group of us went and played with them at the Fringe Festival. Sherry was there. And I just like to point out the names. I don't have to read all the people